Okay, introduction to this channel. Fourth introduction to this channel. Attempt at a concise introduction to this channel. And plugged in computer today so that the thing that happened yesterday with the introduction to this channel where I talked for like half an hour, and then just as I was getting to the point where I talked about how just as I'm getting to the thing, my CPTSD can cause my attention to go off, and then battery cut. And so then, and I was at a friend's house, so I came home for lunch, and then I recorded the second half of that video, starting out saying, "Okay, well, that couldn't have been more perfect. It's a total tech example of what happens." But now, because the thing cut out the original video that was my intro and story, is just recorded as a black blob that won't play. So I now have the second half of something that doesn't exist. So we'll start it again. But that's fair enough, because this the approach style that I'm going to go with here is going to be raw, off the cuff, and working within the context of the videos, as distinct from having notes or something that I've prepared and then bringing that and then relating stuff that I've worked out other places. I'm going to bring stuff that I have sort of on the front burner mentally in process that I'm working through, so it's not like on the video will be the first time I've thought about it, but I'm not going to pre-write them, so they'll be raw. Sometimes they'll be rambling. Well, I say that defensively. Sometimes you'll be blessed with lots of content, generously shared. There's script writing for you. So I found this community of YouTubers. It's a funny word, YouTubers. I found this community of amazingly brave and open people whose generosity and willingness and care for others has been helpful to me in the past like 11 months, really. I found it last July, middle of July, and now we're just coming into June, so almost a year ago. I found it after, like for so many people, years of trying to work on this stuff, and whatever format I tried, whether it was meditation or studying Buddhism or yoga or physical labor or group therapy or chatting with a girlfriend, partner, helping kids, working with at-risk youth, teaching ceramics classes, as a way of working on process. Like, there's so many. I've come at it from angle. I've read tons of stuff, and it wasn't until I encountered this community of information sharing and perspective sharing and generating that a true acknowledgement of and a truly sensible sensible, a truly, I don't say comprehensive, but that's not what I mean exactly. A truly affirming confirmation of what I experienced and its effects on me. It wasn't until I found this community that I was able to get from someone outside of myself a description, an explanation, and a relating of events and details from people's own lives that matched my own, made sense along the same lines that I've been making sense of the things that have happened to me, and was truthful about and directly acknowledging of a bunch of stuff that I've dealt with in my own life repeatedly, even after years of starting over from square one. Okay, this situation doesn't work, I'll leave it and I'll go and start again, and starting over at square one, and then eventually that situation would down the road turn out to, and then a person would reveal themselves to be, shit, here we are again. And then I'd work at it and work at it and work at it, and it couldn't work out, and then I realized I'd made a bad deal, doing what I guess the Ross Rosenberg codependence thing, anyway, I won't get into details here. I found this community. The things in people's videos resonated with me in a way that I couldn't get confirmation of. I couldn't get resonance for anything that any of my experiences that I related to people. They would say, maybe that's not what happened, or I don't know what you're talking about, or maybe they didn't mean it that way. All the things that I've heard related in first place I'd heard any of that from people. And what a gift, what a blessing. And I knew right away that I would be making my own channel and my own videos. I went at that time to start, and immediately the things that were starting to come from me were stories of what other people had done to me. And I realized right away that that's not what I want this to be about. This is supposed to be about not stories about unhealth, but what is the healthy way to go forward, and to find a way of building that into my life and learning that, training myself in that, and hopefully and being and it's getting tense in the body, and I hope that maybe this might lead to connecting with some other people on the same wavelength as I am, who are trying to get rid of the blocks in their own lives, so that I could find out what a real friendship, real connections, real open flowing interactions can be, and what the full existence as a human could be. I've never quite got there. Tried a lot. I've had some amazing experiences and done some great stuff in life that I'm proud of, that I have great memories of. But I also have a lot of stuff that never quite took hold and lasted. I have a lot of experiences that were wonderful but temporary. I have a lot of relationships that were rich but couldn't possibly last. And there's more than that. And I'm curious. What is it? I want to. What's a full life? What? How do I get past 65%? How do I get past 65% output of my quality and what I can bring forward? And what it would be like. What would it be like to know you without the need for defenses on either of our parts? What would that relationship be like? I don't know. Plane flying overhead. What an adventure.